Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video, folks. Today we are predicting the Premier League Night 12 here in... We're predicting Premier League Night 12 here in Liverpool. 4 matches on your way, including Stephen Bunting makes his return to his hometown Liverpool, and hoping his beloved Liverpool Football Club to win the Premier League against Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday. But tonight, Arsenal will face Crystal Palace. If Arsenal lose to Palace, then Liverpool will be crowned champions without the ball was kick. But let's just concentrate on the darts. But before you get into the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get this show on the road. We saw Chris Dobie won in Rotterdam for his first nightly win of the campaign of 2025. Is he crawling his way back into contention? Probably, but we'll just find out, see what happens. So first up, Luke Humphries versus Nathan Aspinall. So Luke Humphries and Nathan Aspinall kick things off on night 12 in Liverpool as they meet for the 4th time in this year's Premier League. He was under par, Luke Humphries, in Rotterdam last week, with the world number 1 averaging just 90 in defeat to the eventual night winner Chris Dobie at the quarter-final stage. The former world champion has already done the most hard work in securing his place in the top 4 though, so it's possible he's easing his foot off the gas a little, but he's also opted against participating in the German Darts Grand Prix over the Easter weekend as he continues to manage his schedule. Nathan Aspinall also absent in Munich as he is dealing on an ongoing shoulder issue, but the Stockport thrower is set to compete in Liverpool as he looks to cement his top 4 place. Aspinall had a bit between his teeth right now, and he's likely to average around 100 mark here. We should see an improved Humphries this week though, and so expected over 9.5 legs in this one. I'm going for Humphries to win 6, to get back to winning ways and win 6 legs to 4 in a close game. Second match up, the box office match between Michael van Gerwen and Luke Littler. Fresh from his success in the 2025 German Darts Grand Prix, Michael van Gerwen takes on the world champion Luke Littler in Liverpool. Michael van Gerwen heads into night 12 outside the top 4 on leg difference, with the Dutchman having picked up just 1 win across the last 4 nights of the Premier League action, although he was absent on night 9 due to an injury. The Dutchman should be in confident mood in Liverpool though, but as he claimed the German Darts Grand Prix glory in Munich over the weekend, hitting a 9-darter en route to the final, where he ousted up an up-and-coming Gian Van Veen. Luke Littler, a semi-finalist in the same event, have seen his Premier League form dipped a little of late, but the world champion hasn't reached the final in any of the previous 3 Premier League nights, although he remains comfortably clear of the field at the top of the table. Van Gerwen is very much a confident player. We think his success in Munich could spur him on a second win over Luke Littler in the 2025 Premier League. But I'm going for Luke Littler to beat Van Gerwen in a close game, 6-5. It wouldn't surprise me if Van Gerwen turns up. He's got every chance of He's got every chance of beating Luke Littler, but I can see it close. I'm going 6-5 to my man Luke Littler. Right, third up, Rob Cross versus Stephen Bunting. It's the 7th against 8th in the Premier League as Rob Cross faces a resurgent Stephen Bunting in Liverpool. Despite averaging a phenomenal 110.15 in Rotterdam last week, Rob Cross still fell to a 6-5 defeat to table-topping Luke Littler. His reality is that the former world champion has now lost 3 straight games in the Premier League. Cross, who won just 1 game in the German Darts Grand Prix over the weekend, and now finds himself 3 points adrift of the playoff places heading into night 12. Stephen Bunting is a 4 further points back in the last place, and he's certainly threatening a late surge in the top 4 places, given that he reached the final in Rotterdam 2 weeks on from his nightly win in Berlin. The Bullet still has it all to do though, and can barely afford any more point less than weeks, but spurred on by his home crown. However, Bunting could be worth looking at to continue his renaissance here, but I'm going for Bunting to get over the line. I think the home crown may just edge Bunting through and wins 6 legs to 4. And then the final match of the night in Liverpool, Gerwin Price versus Chris Dobey. Gerwin Price and Chris Dobey lock horns for the 3rd time in this year's Premier League, with both players managing a win apiece so far. Gerwin Price is right in the thick of a playoff place race, but having won just 1 Premier League match since he went all the way on night 6, we will be aware that he needs to improve his consistency if he is to make it to London. The Iceman was a 3rd round loser in the German Darts Grand Prix in this past weekend, and the event that night 12 opponent Chris Dobey did not participate in. Dobey, however, has rekindled Premier League playoff hopes, and having taken maximum points in Rotterdam last week, becoming the 6th player in this year's to claim a nightly win. Price won the last Premier League meeting between the two in Berlin 3 weeks ago, but the confidence is with Dobey right now. But we are favouring him to reach the semi-finals in Liverpool. But I'm going for Gerwin Price to win 6-5. That's my predictions then for week 12 for the Premier League of Darts here in Liverpool. Leave on your comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, peace out, good night. And the final word: if Arsenal beats Palace, then Liverpool have to beat Spurs if they want to win the Premier League title. As a Liverpool fan, I'd rather be at Anfield winning the Premier League title against Spurs, because Spurs are an absolute mess. But anyway, good night, folks. Leave on your comments below, guys. Let's smash 2,000 likes, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.